So let's bring in OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt this morning to talk about the weather and, of course, the impact on the roads. Sergeant, good to talk to you this morning. What are you seeing on the roads in regards to these conditions or collisions, etc.? We've seen the snow flying for most of the morning rush.
Yeah, it's been very localized in the west end of the GTA. Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, Mississauga, Milton area, and the west end of Toronto. On the 401, the 410, 403, we've been seeing a lot of wrecks. We're dealing with about 60 crashes, about collisions right now that we're being called out to at this point. Traffic hazards, vehicles spun out. There's been so much going on across the region. It's really catching a lot of drivers by surprise. And yet where I am right now, just north of the GTA, the sun is actually shining and no snow is falling at this location. So it really is dependent on where you are, but that's why it's so important that you drive to the conditions and you realize how quickly conditions can change.
Yeah, and speaking of changing conditions, you know, this recent warm weather we had might have had some people swap out their winter tires for spring, summer tires earlier, or all-season tires. Was that perhaps a premature move for people to do?
Well, you know, Mother Nature can always play some surprises on us. So you never know when we're going to actually get, you know, full spring and consistent temperatures above 7 degrees. So, you know, it's probably a good idea to keep those winters on just for a little while longer, because we'll probably get a couple more surprises before we're into full-on spring. But again, you know, even with winter tires, you still need to drive to the conditions. It is slippery, it is slick, and there's drivers really getting caught by surprise. So give yourself that following distance. Make sure your headlight systems are on, especially in the morning hours before the sun comes up, and just drive accordingly. Wet conditions, maybe icy conditions. Look at the temperature, look at the thermometer, and realize it could be icy, not just wet.
Yeah, and Sergeant, you know, is there typically a date on the calendar or sort of time where you say, you know what, it's safe now to make that change? Because, you know, Bill's been highlighting this all morning. This wintry kind of weather in spring, this is not unusual. Is there sort of a guide that OPP goes by when it comes to changing your tires?
Well, I still have my winter tires on my vehicle, so and I'm going to keep them on for the time being. I'm in no hurry to get rid of them, you know, once we start seeing those overnight lows, you know, consistently staying at the single digits, that's maybe a timeline. But you know, we have all of April yet, and boy, we can certainly get a lot of April surprises. So I wouldn't be too much in a hurry. But if you are doing it, make sure you do it properly. You know, we also get issues with the wheel separations and improper wheel installs that could result in wheel offs. So just be careful out there and make sure your vehicle is properly maintained.
And check those nuts. OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt, thanks so much for joining us. Take care.
Right on.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.